Hey, welcome to my hang gliding video. My name is Marcus. I'm a recent hang 3. And here we go, our local rodeo site. Now the goal here is to, after you launch, to get up 500 feet immediately. Fly out to that nub and then traverse over to the right hand side to the top of the little hill here. I'm flying my new Sport 2 for the first time on a real soaring flight. I test flew it a couple times just to get a feel for it. Took off, the wind was a little south here. South is pretty much straight ahead right here. That's east. So yeah, that's east. I'm getting a few beeps, but not much. I'm wondering, we want it to be a normal southwest prevailing wind on this. It was a little south for our liking. Took a while to launch, about 20 minutes to get off the hill. But we were wondering if it was supposed to turn more west as the day went on, as the time went on. So I was looking for some west. So I come back to launch to see if I can get a little more air over here. But I'm really not getting anything. I look back at launch, I realize now I'm about 50, 75 feet below launch. So that means it's time to head out and get to a place where I can make the landing zone. You don't have a lot of time to mess around here if you're not getting up. So now I'm getting a little low. It's time to get out as fast and quick as I can. I want to get over that hill right ahead, because if the wind is a little more southy, I'll get a little better air over that nub right there. This is as low as I ever really want to fly. So yeah, there's a picture of it. I want to fly along, ideally, that top arrow there and do that instead of having to go down through that venturi to get out. I'm getting a little something, but at this point, really my main goal is to just make the LZ and hopefully get a little lucky and get up. Found a little air there. That means my guess is that the wind is a little southeast still, because once I got over that little hill and to the other side, I found some better air. Trying to milk everything I can where the air is good. In other words, going up. It's a beautiful November 3rd though. I think it was about 68 degrees at launch. We launched from 5,600 feet here. The LZ's at about 43. This is where the house thermal is. Usually something's coming up off of here. This wasn't a real thermal-y day, but there was supposed to be a little something in the forecast. So I'm hoping to find something here as I approach this knoll. Normally you want that building on the right there is what you want to fly over to get over to the top of the ridge, but you need to be much higher to do that at this point, so that's not an option right now. See, there I paused it just so you could see that I want to go up to the right there to that top ridge. That's my goal to get to, but I'm way too low to try to get over there right now. My previous glider was a Falcon, and it flies much slower when you're trying to get somewhere, so I actually felt much more secure in this kite, knowing, because you could feel how fast it is. It's much faster. You could feel it in the air even. It responds quickly and it goes somewhere quickly without losing a whole lot of altitude compared to the more beginner kite of a Falcon. So there I go. I'm going to try to go straight ahead to that field. Is my LZ, is where I can get to still at this point. At this point, I'm pretty much resigned to know that I can get to my LZ, and that it is a very real possibility that's where I'm just going to fly straight to. You can see some of the dust on the fields. It's one of the visual cues I'm looking for to see what kind of wind direction there is. Not so much in that field straight ahead, but the field on the left that was a little earlier, you can see some of the dust devils blowing. That's pretty much the only thing I had to go on. But at this point, it still was a little south. So here I am. I'm approaching the LZ if I need to, but I'm going to try to use the right-hand side of this ridge to get some lift. And if you see that knoll straight ahead in the middle of the screen, that's one where we will try to work our way up from if we are low over here. It's not the first time we've come low over here to try to get up to the top. But if you hear the beeping, if you hear a lot of happy beeping, that means I am going up. I'm getting nominal lift here, but not a whole lot, but enough to not have to fly out away from the hill. See it now. I have actually come above the road. I was below the road a minute ago. So I'm heading towards that knoll because that's usually, there's some good ridge lift off of that, at least enough to keep you up. Oh, there's a lot of happy beeping. So I'm going to turn here and grab it a little bit more, and I just keep staying in it. Oh, this is when your heart skips a beat and you think, oh, maybe I found the one that will get me up. And there was enough lift there where I even felt confident enough to turn towards the hill. You don't do that if you're not too sure you have enough lift. But my Vario is going off just, oh, listen to that. It's just beeping so happy right now. It says, come up the hill, Marcus. Come on up. The air is fine. So now I'm just going to go. I've got plenty of clearance. I'm turning straight up the hill. I'm going to just like fly up the mountain right here. As long as it keeps beeping to me like this. Crying out loud. It is beautiful. All the fall colors are out. Got the evergreens mixed in with the, what do you call it? Perennials. ready to turn away. I stopped hearing beeping. Oh, and there it comes back again. Just welcome me up. Just a big old welcome red carpet up the hill. Yeah, I've got a big smile now because now I know today's going to be a good day. There's still work to be done though. You're going to hear what it sounds like when you're in the air. And you realize you pulled it out here in a minute. There's launch site back there. If you see the little knoll, the little road and the radio towers, we launched just below those radio towers on this side of the radio towers. Oh, but it's just beeping so happy. There it is. That's a prayer to God right there of gratitude. I'm gonna continue working my way up this ridge over the next 10, 20, 30 minutes. I'm gonna cut ahead here pretty soon. Here we go. Work my way up the ridge a little bit more and more. But if you look at the middle of the screen on the top is Eagle Lake, and there's another little lake on the left. Oh yeah, so I'm wanting to go out to this ridge on the right just to see if the air is better because it's more westerly right here. But I want to be comfortable and high enough to get back over to the left ridge where I know the air is consistent. But I'm looking for a thermal out there to see if I can get up higher. So here I am near the end. There's Eagle Lake again, up at the top on the right, and the other smaller lake in front of me. But in about 15 minutes after this video ends, the battery dies and I find a thermal. I'm actually at about 7,700 feet right here, and I find a thermal in about 10 minutes that takes me up to 8850. And thermal just took me up 1,100 feet without even, I couldn't even get out of it if I tried. It felt like, of course I could have, but this was a beautiful day. An hour and a half long flight. And thanks for watching the video. It's fun to go over the little flight thoughts. If you have ideas of how you would fly it different, or if you have different thoughts in different parts of this flight, please feel free to let me know. And if I'm missing something, I'm always open to learning something new. If you were thinking about something else at a certain point, feel free to give some input and feedback, because I'm still figuring this out. Happy November 3rd.